Hello, you are welcome to my channel. Now the question here says find side YQ below. Side YQ, that is the length of this side. That is what we are asked to look for. Now if you check this shape, you see that we have two angles here that are equal. So this angle is equal to this angle. So using this triangle now, we can say that this angle is equal to this angle in different triangles. Now this is a smaller triangle and this is a larger triangle. So for us to solve this problem, it will be easier for us to bring out two separate triangles and the triangles will be similar. So when we're able to bring out two separate triangles that are similar triangles, then it will be easier for us to find the value of YQ. Now, take note, it is very, very important that when you bring out the triangle, try to make sure the corresponding sides are facing the same side of your view so that it will be easier for you to analyze. Now, for me to do this now, I'm going to take this smaller triangle. I want to draw it such that this angle Q will be on my left side because this Z, which is equal to this angle, is also on my left side. So I want to draw this triangle such that angle Q will also be on my left side. So let me call this the triangle now. So I have this triangle like this. So this becomes my angle Q, which is this double side now. So take note, my redrawing the triangle, I'll flip the triangle such that Q is on my left side now. Sorry, on my right. Sorry. This Z is on my right side. So I'm going to also flip this Q such that it is on my right side. Don't forget, this is the top of the triangle. It remains X. So when you flip it sideways, this top remains at the top. So it doesn't change. So this is the top X. Then this arrow is now flipped to this side. So this becomes the point R. So take note of how I have flipped the triangle such that my Q, which is here, is now on my right side. This arrow has now been moved or flipped to my left side. And then the X remains at the top. So angle X remains at the top. So now let's label this triangle. So XQ now is this side, which is 4 centimeter. And then this is QR, which is now the base. And then the XR is 6 centimeter. So XR is 6 centimeter. So this is the side XR. Now that we are through with the smaller triangle, let us also redraw this large triangle as it is like this. Don't forget, this angle Z will remain on my right side. So if I draw the larger triangle, it will be something like this. So this is the larger triangle. This is this angle Z, still on my right. Don't forget, X is at the top. This is the X, and this is the point Y now. So now looking at this triangle, the part XZ will be 6 plus 2, which is 8 centimeter. So this point, this side becomes 8 centimeter. Then that is the part that I can obtain from the large triangle. So we obtain this side from the large triangle. So now we have two similar triangles. Don't forget, they are similar because all their angles are equal. This is angle X, this is angle X. They are equal because we are bringing them from the same shape. So this is angle X, this is angle X. So they are equal angles. So this is angle Z and this is angle Q now, also equal angles. So when you have two angles that are already equal in two separate triangles, automatically the third angle in the two separate triangles will also be equal. So that sum of angle in the triangle add up to 180. So if these two angles are already equal in the two separate triangles, automatically this third angle will also be equal to this third angle there. So we now have two similar triangles. So when we have two similar triangles, we should remember that The ratio of the corresponding sides in similar triangles are equal. Do not forget, the ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. Don't forget, we are looking for YQ. So for us to find the value of YQ, we have to find YX first. We have to find this full length. So if we're able to get the full length, which is YX, then from there we can get the value of YQ. So let's use that idea of corresponding sides are equal. So I'm going to say 4 now, this side for the smaller triangle, which is 4, all over each corresponding side in the larger triangle. Don't forget, this side is corresponding to this side now. So 4 over 8 will be equal to the corresponding side on this side too. So this will be 6 now. This side is 6. It corresponds to this side. That is why it is good to arrange the triangle correctly so that it will be easier for you to analyze. So this side now, which is 6 over the corresponding side, which is X, let me call it XY. So let's call this side XY. So now you agree with me that when we cross multiply means this 4 multiply the XY. So I'm going to say 4XY is equal to 8 multiplied by 6. 8 multiplied by 6 is going to give me 48. So for me to get the value of XY, I'm going to simply divide both sides by 4. I also divide this side by 4. So now that I've divided both sides by 4, this 4 will cancel 4. So I'm left with XY on this side, and that will be 48 divided by 4 will give me 12. So I now have this side XY as 12. So I have this side XY as 12. Now coming back to the original shape, this XY is 12. And we are looking for YQ. So you agree with me that YQ, which is this side, added to XQ, which is 4. This side XQ is 4. And that will be equal to the full length XY that we just obtained now, XY, which is 12. So we can now say YQ will be equal to 12 minus 4. When this positive 4 goes to that side, it becomes negative 4. And 12 minus 4 will give us 8. So the value of YQ is 8 centimeters. And that gives us the final answer. Hope you enjoyed this similar triangle problem. Please don't forget to like and share this video so that others can learn from it. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so that you can get more videos from this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.